All right, so we're doing a Bastille Day episode because if you haven't ciphered yet, I'm French as f***. So, yeah. So we're making kind of like a 3-course, very simple meal. Something called a Pissaladiere, which is basically like an onion pizza. I'm going to get them both to say it.
It's a piece of Pissaladiere.
Pissaladiere?
It's actually native to the city of Lydia and the southern portion of France.
Is it really? I thought it was
That's
from
why
Greece.
it's called a piece of Lydia.
A piece of Lydia. I like that. It's Pissaladiere, right?
Pissaladiere.
Yeah, okay, never mind. Never mind. Just go ahead and finish explaining.
All right, so we're doing that. We're gonna be doing a ratatouille and then a chocolate mousse. So all very like simple kind of cuisines today. They do take some time. For example, like the pissaladiere, you have to cook the onions for probably like 4 to 6 hours and very slowly. So it is definitely a labor of love meal.
Yeah, it really is.
And it's good. It's delicious. So we've all had it before. Well, let's just get right to it. First, though, we need wine.
We need wine.
Oh, I would love wine.
Let's do wine. Wine. Okay, so to start off the pissaladiere, which is the first component of this whole dish, if you want to make all three, definitely want to start this one first. Get your yellow onions, you need 6 of them. You want to chop them very coarsely and then throw them into a pot with a large amount of olive oil. The reason that we're chopping them up coarsely is because they're all going to melt down and become almost like a jam-like texture at the end of it.
The bricks that I own and know, I'm letting go. I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down.
Once your onions start cooking, you want to make sure that you reduce the heat quite a bit to a low, like in between low and medium, but more towards the low end of the spectrum. And every now and then go ahead and actually stir them. That way the onions at the bottom don't burn and they all cook evenly. Keep the lid on as well. This is going to help keep as much moisture possible inside of your pot, which will really help keep all that flavor in there and make it very sweet. All right, so we already made our dough. We're going to go ahead and just form it into a basic like a pizza crust. Pretty simple strategy. If you want to see how to make this dough, go ahead and check out our other video where we make our vegan margarita pizza. It's all in there for you. But we're just going to get right ahead and do it and lay our onions on top. Go and pour your onions onto your pizza. Does not look very appetizing.
It was not a good shot, dude. It just like splooged out.
It doesn't look good till it's finished, is the thing.
So I could feel something else. Yeah, I guess I had my bad days, but it doesn't mean I lost my style. Where were you?
We've had our onions going for the piece of Lydia. They've been going on for a couple hours now. They're getting close to where we want them, so it's a good time for us to start the ratatouille, which is going to be kind of the entree, the main course for this 3-piece meal. We're gonna start by boiling our tomatoes, and we're gonna give those a quick ice bath afterwards. That's gonna help us just peel the skins easily, and that tomato sauce that we're gonna form out of those is gonna form the base of the ratatouille, so we're gonna get that started first. Look, this one's skin is already off, my dude.
Oh shit. That's a good shot. Don't do anything. That's recording.
Oh. And as you can see, we just put these inside of the ice. The skin is already peeling off of some of our tomatoes. We're just gonna let those sit for a few minutes longer while we get everything else ready for the ratatouille, and we'll get that started. So after you get your eggplant chopped up, you want to set those inside of a bowl lined with a paper towel. And then you're going to go ahead and salt the eggplant, give them a toss, disperse the salt, and then re-salt the top layer as well, and just set those aside. And what that salt is going to do is going to pull out some of the moisture that's sitting inside of the eggplant, and it's going to make them less bitter when we get them cooking inside of the ratatouille with everything else. All of the vegetables for our ratatouille are now chopped up and ready to go. Our tomatoes have enjoyed their bath, but it's time to get them undressed. So we're just gonna go ahead, pick them up out of the water. See, the skin just peels right off. We're gonna set the whole peeled tomatoes inside of the pot that we're gonna be cooking the ratatouille in.
You're undressing those tomatoes?
Yes.
It's the only thing you've been undressing?
It's literally the only thing I've been undressing. Celibate until marriage, my dude.
Wait, what?
Once we have the tomatoes inside of the pot, we're just gonna give those a gentle mash to start things off, just to get the juices flowing a little bit. We're also gonna place this on top of the stove. Oh,
It's a bad noise.
or was it a good noise?
I think it was a good noise.
You guys have very different lives than I do. This will be great because you talked earlier about eating.
Peaches.
Did I talk about eating?
Peaches.
Yes.
Yeah, you did.
When?
Talking about how you like to eat.
Peaches.
I actually feel like I didn't say that today and you're trolling me. We got a decent mash on the tomatoes to get started. We're gonna transfer this pot onto the stove. We've got heating up. Let this reduce down, get a nice tomato sauce working for the base of the ratatouille, and go on from there.
Dude, this makes me so happy. This reminds me of like being back in France, honestly.
Good, that's the whole idea.
It really does. Like,
Hey, can you stand in front of the camera and say that? No, literally, just stand in front of the camera and keep talking. Go ahead. So this makes you so happy. Seriously, get in front.
yes, this makes me happy. No, I'm not gonna get in front of the camera.
Just step 2 steps to the left and you'll be good. We'll use it. I just want to hear you talk about this because this is good. Like, man, it smells like an amazing meal. Have you ever had this together in this combination, like, or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so all this stuff is like very typical of Niçois cooking, which is where my mother's from. She's from Nice, actually a small town next to Nice. But I don't know, so during like holidays and vacations or like Bastille Day or Christmas, like we cook all day, you know? So I was always in the kitchen with like my grandmother and my mom, and we would just be cooking all day, making ratatouille. Very often we do the Pissaladiere, or the tarte aux courgettes, which is like a zucchini tart.
Words given to you, truth spoken to you through my divine voice as Fudge Master Nicholas. What's up, dude? How you doing?
I feel like I missed when you became Fudge Master Nick, though.
Oh yeah.
Fudge Master Nick.
Vegan chocolate mousse. You already know what's going on. Fudge requires fudge in order to make. We're gonna set up a nice vegan chocolate mousse.
This
Got some.
Fudge, though.
Just roll with it.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. It's not. It's... my flow. Setting up a nice vegan fudge, and the main. I always say core too much. Let's say heart of this. Avocados. Avocados are gonna give us a lot of texture, and it's gonna be amazing. Changing my vocabulary. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna really kind of fluff up the dish, give it a lot of body, and we're gonna add our cocoa bits, sugar, salt, cocoa powder, coconut milk, coconut creamer. It's gonna be delicious. So we're gonna use some little chocolate nibbles here. These are semi-sweet. We showed you the bag earlier. We're gonna add those to a pot and with a splash of some coconut silk milk, and that is going to really add a lot of flavor to this mousse. All right, gang, so it's time for the final assembly. I've got a large whisk for too small of a bowl, but that's the story of my life, so we'll just make it work. The final steps here we're gonna do is we're going to mix up our vegan cream and we're gonna get a nice froth on it, make sure it's nice and fluffy. Then we're gonna add it to our avocados. Next step after that is we're gonna grab our chocolate off the stove and then add it to this avocado cream mixture, then a little bit more cocoa powder, and then we're finally gonna salt and sugar to taste. And it's gonna be a little bit of a quick step here, so keep up with it. Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. The mousse is done. So, what we're gonna do now with the mousse is we have these lovely little mason jars, and we're gonna funnel the mousse inside of the mason jars, and we're gonna set it inside the refrigerator. And a key note for this is don't fill it all the way to the top because the mousse will expand ever so slightly. So, here we go.
Well, happy Bastille Day.
How do you say Happy Bastille Day à la Francais?
I don't give a f*** at this point. I'm hungry.
Jesus.
Actually, we should probably start with Pissaladiere.
And I thought it was the uncultured American swine.
Wow. What do you mean by swine? What do you mean, you people? Relax, dude.
That Pissaladiere is good.
And you don't do anything to the onions. You don't salt them.
A little bit of salt.
That's it. Pepper.
Salt,
No?
olive oil, and
A
that.
little bit of pepper, but nothing much.
It's literally just like onion jam.
Yeah. It's good.
I keep trying to not say that S is good as F. I was just gonna say it's quite delicious. Thank you.
I'll do it for you. It's fucking delicious. We try the ratatouille. Oh yeah, we gotta drink some wine too.
I wanted to cleanse my palate because I want
with wine. How do you like the wine, by the way?
It's delightful.
I don't.
Where's your martini?
Here's your
martini glass of wine.
I drank it.
Can I put like in the fridge or something?
No, I drank it all.
All right, so
That's okay. I'm just.
All right, the ratatouille. This is what we're probably all really.
I made a mountain of money.
Yeah, you did. All right, boys. Here we go.
Oh my god. I feel like that's my reaction every time we make something, but
This is good.
oh my god, that's good.
Putting it on the bread is interesting.
Putain, c'est un bon ratatouille.
Try out this mousse.
Gentlemen, cheers. Gently
Cheers.
now. We have Syl around. Gently.
Avocado mousse.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Dude, that's good, man. You can taste the cocoa powder. The thing for me that's most impressive about this is how the avocado. You can't taste the avocado, but it does so much for this. It makes it so smooth. Like really.
It's very subtle and just creamy, and like a perfectly light, just after meal.
That was the point.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
like it's very not
This is my
a
favorite
traditional American dessert, which is just like an overload of sugar and like just too much. It's the simplicity that makes it really.
Yeah, we
nice and
use
clean afterwards.
very little sugar for this one.
Yeah.
Yep. No, that's the whole point of like French dining is usually like it's very simplistic. It's very meant to be like you're supposed to enjoy it throughout the meal and leave the restaurant like not feeling like you're about to give birth to some alien child.
So, Julian, do you wanna take us out? Because this is your.
Yeah, so make sure to comment, like, subscribe to the whole thing, the Pornhub crap as well, but more importantly, just happy Bastille Day, vive la France. Enjoy this meal, it's very simple and easy, and we love you guys. Have a good one.
Absolutely, check it out. We'll see you next Friday. Thank you again.
Thank you so much for watching.
Now wine.
Now we want.
In the eyes!
That is fantastic. That's so good.
Listen, lass, I need your help. These boys have betted me that $50 if I can't pick up a woman as Magni Bronzebeard.
No, not even
50 apiece.
not even if you can't do it. If he just does it, period. If he strikes out,
No.
I thought that was the deal.
Listen, lass, if you want to get picked up by Magni
He has to do it
Bronzebeard,
all
slide
night.
into my DMs on Twitter @Gewinnach.
There we go. No.